3 games with over 200 yards, a total of 1,357 yards, 10 touchdown receptions, 70 receptions on the season. It seems like the knee healed up pretty well.
It it did. It did. I had some good fortune. You anytime you're gonna have a big year like that, you need some things to go your way. And it got on a nice roll. It actually that year I had 8 games over 100 yards, and I don't know what you're looking at, Press, but my Auburn and Georgia game statistically weren't great. I scored twice against Auburn. I caught a fade. I ran a reverse. But I only had like 25 yards receiving.
3 for
And then
29.
what was it?
3 for 29.
There you go. And then the
Yep.
Georgia game, I caught like 5 for something terrible, like 30 yards or something, right?
Yep. 5 for 24.
Yeah. So coming into those 2 games, it's funny how you remember this stuff. Coming into those 2 games, I was averaging like 140 a game. And I think it was either number 1 in the nation, or maybe it was just right behind Torrey Holt at NC State. Obviously went on to a great NFL career. And so there was kind of, grumblings about, you're averaging 140, you're probably going to break the season record and all that kind of stuff. And you're just trying to focus game to game. Let's win the game.
Mm-hmm.
If it can go great, hopefully it does. And then so after the Auburn and Georgia game, I thought, damn, we just lost a bunch of momentum. I had 2 games that weren't even 30 yards, and we won them big, and I really didn't need to do much in those games. Auburn,
Right.
The score wasn't indicative of how much we dominated them in the swamp, and then we beat Georgia bad. And so then what was just interesting is after that, I had to have a couple really, really big games to kind of get back on track, and that's what happened.
Oh, yeah.
And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row.
Yeah, and then South Carolina was like 222, and then had the 100-yard game at Florida State, and so I had 8 over 100, which is still a UF record for a season. I had 2 over 200, and I'm the only guy in the history of Florida that has more than 1 game of 200 yards.